I can only date my age mates if he is highly accomplished in life. I can't date a man who is a regular Joe Schmo who is doing the same thing I'm doing.
She said, no, I'm not going to date my age mates. I feel like dating my age mates is me settling. I feel like they're going to stress me and I don't like stress. And people are coming for her. But first, let me show you the video that she made.
only date my age mates if he is highly accomplished in life. I can't date a man who is a regular Joe Schmo who is doing the same thing I'm doing. I absolutely refuse, and I don't have the mental capacity for that, because 9 times out of 10 they are going to be pulling me back, whether it's emotionally or mentally, and I don't have the time for that. I've done too much work internally in order for me to be brought back. But also, let me even say, just because a man is older does not mean he's going to be better. If he is older than you but still has not accomplished a lot in life, you might as well date somebody that's younger than you. Trust me. Trust me. But bottom line is I need a man that I can admire. I need a man that is above me in some type of way, who can lead me in some type of way. Financially, you must be seasoned. That's a given. But everything else, I need you to have something that I can learn from. Have something that I can be like, oh damn, I wish I love this about him. Because if we're both trying to figure out, oh, life, babe, please, I don't like stress. I don't like stress. And when a man is trying to figure things out, he is not a pleasure to be around.
Yeah.
I think we all know that as well.
Most of the people coming for her are the men, and they were like, you yourself, you're not even a 10. So if you're not even a 10 and you expect a man to already be fully established, fully okay before he can come and meet you, you personally, are you okay? Like we're kind of coming for her that she's not even thinking straight, she's not even thinking and looking at herself and all of that before she will say that she will never settle for her age mate. And I'm like, is there anything she said that was wrong? You guys, genuinely, what do you think about this video? Let me know your thought down in the comment section. Let's watch these videos together, and I'll see you at the end of the video.
I can only date my age mates if he is highly accomplished in life. I can't date a man who is a regular Joe Schmo who is doing the same thing I'm doing. I absolutely refuse, and I don't have the mental capacity for that, because 9 times out of 10 they are going to be pulling me back, whether it's emotionally or mentally, and I don't have the time for that.
I met my wife when I was in NP school. I was a registered nurse making about $27, $28 an hour. That's not a lot of money. I don't know why a lot of people think, oh, nurses, they make money. You're going to make that traveling, or you're going to work like 60 plus hours a week minimum. We tried to do an apartment, but it was just too expensive. I was only working 2 to 3 days a week max while I was in nurse practitioner school. So we ended up moving back with my mom, and we stayed there for a year and a half. Fast forward, I finally graduate in March of 2019. I'm very ecstatic. I'm happy, what have you. And so guess what? I get the big boy job, and then I start looking around to see what kind of house the lady wants, because at this point, we're about to get married in June of that year. And so, long story short, by your logic, you want your soulmate to already be just prepared and have everything in life figured out, when life doesn't work that way. Sometimes you meet someone that is your soulmate and they don't have all the eggs in the basket yet. I was that guy. A lot of people would try to say, oh, well, you halfway had it. You were a nurse and this. No. I was only making probably $20,000 a year as that part-time nurse. 30,000 maybe, because I couldn't work and do NP school like that. It was hard. But here's my overall question. Are you that caliber of woman to be dating the man that you want? So just like Kevin Samuel says, what makes you a high caliber candidate yourself? What do you do for work? Do you have life figured out? You don't have any flaws in the financial area or the education department or the job department. You have it all figured out. So what's going to make that high 6-figure, maybe low 7-figure earner pick you when he has all these options?
I can only date my age mates if he is highly accomplished in life.
unprovoked, they get on here and tell us about their dating preferences that they don't qualify for. Viewer discretion is advised.
I can't date a man who is a regular Joe Schmo who is doing the same thing I'm doing.
Coming in hot, I see. She starts off by saying she can't date a man that's a regular Joe Schmo, especially if he's doing the same thing that she is doing. In other words, she can't date her equal. It's not possible for her.
I absolutely refuse, and I don't have the mental capacity for that, because 9 times out of 10, they are going to be pulling me back, whether it's emotionally or mentally, and I don't have the time for that.
So now she doubles down and says that the reason for that is because if she does date her equal, they're going to be pulling her back in some way, shape, or form, whether it be mentally, physically, emotionally, or even financially. Keep in mind, her equal is going to be holding her back. Now, as a man that understands that women typically operate in hypergamy, I fully understand that. But at some point, you got to draw the line in the sand somewhere and say, okay, this is a bit extreme. That doesn't even make sense. Because if your equal is a burden, that means you're also a burden. So a man that is accomplished should not rock with you either, because you are going to be holding him back.
I've done too much work internally in order for me to be brought back. But also, let me even say, just because a man is older does not mean he's going to be better. If he is older than you but still has not accomplished a lot in life, you might as well date somebody that's younger than you. Trust me. Trust me.
Never trust someone that has to try and convince you to trust them. That "trust me twice" said a lot. But ma'am, stop trying to frame it in a way that says you are so well equipped, you've done so much work on yourself, so you deserve a man that's well accomplished. No, it don't work that way. You're trying to find the easy way out, and we can all see it. All this is a soft approach to digitally panhandling. That's all it is. And the reason I know this is because when you actually qualify for the things that you want in dating, you don't spend any time trying to convince people of what it is that you're capable of. And this video alone tells us everything we need to know. We know you're struggling in dating. You can't get the man that you really, really desire. And the moment you look yourself in the mirror and admit that, the more simple your life will be.
But bottom line is I need a man that I can admire. I need a man that is above me in some type of way, who can lead me in some type of way. Financially, you must be seasoned. That's a given. But everything else, I need you to have something that I can learn from. Have something that I can be like, oh, damn, I wish, I love this about him. Because if we're both trying to figure out, oh, life, babe, please, I don't like stress. I don't like stress. And when a man is trying to figure things out, he is not a pleasure to be around. I think we all know that as well.
When a man is trying to figure things out, he is not a pleasure to be around. You know why that is? It's because women like you don't understand how to truly support a man in that kind of space. That's exactly why you're looking for a man that has everything done already. You don't know what true support actually is. You want to walk into an already made situation and just reap the benefits of someone else's hard work. And that's exactly why you're struggling trying to market yourself online for people to see you and say, oh man, she might be a good candidate. No, she will not. This kind of woman would drain you. She's not looking for a man to teach her anything. She's just looking for a man to pay her damn bill. Ma'am, you're broke. Just say that. We fully understand. The market, the economy is not good right now. There is nothing wrong with building from the bottom up. The average person has to find their equal and build up together. And unfortunately for you, you don't even realize you are average. That is why you are not producing the results you think you should have. But I know you're not going to listen to me because I'm just a normal guy. I keep it change.
I can only date my age mates if he is highly accomplished in life. I can't date a man who is a regular Joe Schmo who is doing the same thing I'm doing. I absolutely refuse, and I don't have the mental capacity for that.
At times, I'll see women ask why men don't feel comfortable talking about their vulnerabilities, their insecurities, just to be vulnerable with women. And it's partly resting in ideas like this. First of all, I want us to understand that that argument didn't rely on age. The first sentence was literally, I can only date my age mate if he's highly successful or whatever. And probably what's going on is she's trying to draw a rough correlation between like, you're older, you're more likely to have success or whatever. But she also said that if that man is at the same point that she is, right, then he's going to be pulling her back. I don't get that. Because she said, oh, I've worked on myself so much to get to this point. Couldn't he have worked on himself as well? And then she said something along the lines of like, you have to lead me in some aspect, right? She has to look up to him in some way. And I think it's kind of echoing the idea of, you don't want to be the smartest person in the room. But to me, that makes me ask, when does that man get a chance to not have everything together all the time? Now, I'm sure we would all like competent significant others. We want people who have parts of their lives together. But when we echo these ideas that men must have everything together all the time, why would he show you any level of vulnerability? Why would he show you, hey, I don't have everything together sometimes, right? Sometimes I don't feel like everything is going okay. And that makes men bottle themselves up, right? And is that the type of society we want to see? What happens when people start to bottle up their emotions? They might come out in ways that aren't the most productive for society. And I could go deeper into how this kind of contributes to the whole like incel stuff, whatever, but just from a logical standpoint, do we really agree with this? I don't know.
I can only date my age mates if he is highly accomplished in life. I can't date a man who is a regular Joe Schmo who is doing the same thing I'm doing. I absolutely refuse, and I don't have the mental capacity for that, because 9 times out of 10, they are going to be pulling me back, whether it's emotionally or mentally, and I don't.
I don't think that people watch their videos back or hear themselves when they're talking. If he is the same as you, this is the problem. Rules for thee, but not for me. You don't hear yourself, sweetheart? If y'all are the same age, doing the same things in the same point in life, you can't date him because that's not good enough now. What do you think extremely accomplished men think of you? If you won't accept the male version of yourself, why would a man who has lived intentionally, got his bread up, is good mentally, physically, emotionally, why would he ever choose you? You just said that you wouldn't accept the male version of yourself. So now you want a man who is much better than that. But why would he want you? Y'all never think about that. You never think about what you yourself deserve. Some of us think of that first. And I think that's the problem. You have to think about how you're perceived first. Right? That's like a fat person saying, I don't want to date nobody that's fat. So you're fat. What do you think in-shape people look at you and think? You think you're going to get one of those in-shape people when you're fat and you wouldn't even accept you? I know this sounds like I'm repeating the same thing over and over, but I don't know if she heard herself.
Imagine my surprise when I get on TikTok in the morning and I see my face plastered on incel TikTok. All because I spoke on my dating preferences. It's like men hate when they don't fit into your dating criteria, and then they start to call you everything but a child of God. And it's like men hate you because you have high expectations. Meanwhile, the women in their lives settled. Whether it's their wife, whether it's their mother, whether it's their grandmother, whether it's their sister, they hate when women have high expectations. And the only negative thing that they had to say about me was the fact that I'm laying in my bed and with a bonnet and I am not a 10. Okay. So there's one man, he is married to a white lady, he has 2 kids, his house is not fully furnished. Like, there's other things for you to do. I understand that TikTok may be your main source of income, but talking about me, about my dating preferences, it's kind of like, it's low, it's weak. And the other guy's whole fan base is catered to men that hate women. It's an entire community of incels. Like, wow. And then the other ones are just unsightly. It's just that simple. And it's like none of the people who are actually qualified to speak on my preferences are on TikTok. They don't have social media. Or if they do, the last post was 2014. You know? And of course their comments were full of pick-me women and incel men that would never have a chance. If they complimented me, I will actually say it. And I'm not even upset that men who don't fit the bill decided to speak on me. I don't care. You got people to look at my face. I don't care how I was looking. I don't care what I said. My job is done. Like, negative publicity, I'm okay with it. Everybody's allowed to have high expectations. We're allowed to have wants. We're allowed to be delusional. Me being delusional has got me very far in life, actually. So I encourage everybody, if you really want something, you want to aim high, be delusional. And don't let a bum tell you what you're worthy of.
I don't think there's anything wrong for you having preference. And the way the men were coming for her, they were kind of making it look like you have to settle. And I'm like, she does not want to settle. Have you tried dating your age mates before and see the level of intelligence like is so low? I don't know. For me, I've tried dating my age mate before. It doesn't work out. It's that you're dating way younger or you are dating, older. You cannot date your age because I feel like it's like you're going backwards. Like I just feel like it's that you go way younger because the younger men now They kind of have sense more than the older ones now. But I feel like it's better you go way younger or you actually go for the older ones. But dating like your age, man, like the same age, the same this thing. Sometimes most of these people are not even emotionally intelligent at all. And if she says that she does not want to date her age because that is what she wants, I don't know why they're coming for her. I don't know why they're making it or trying to sell it to her to make her feel like there's nothing wrong if you settle with a guy that is still trying to figure out life or still trying to make it in life or something. She does not want it. Can you let her be? Like it's giving you want somebody successful. We are not reaching that level, so you have to settle, just settle. Why do men always want women to always settle for them? Why do men always want women to settle for them? She doesn't want to settle. She doesn't want to settle for someone that is not. She wants to look up to. She wants a man that she can be looking up to. Like, oh, I wish I had this. That is what she wants. She does not want to settle. Is that too much to ask in a relationship? That is her preference, and I don't understand why the men are coming for her. I feel like when a man knows that you're like trying to be picky when it comes to picking them, they always want to come for you, come for your looks, come for whatever you have, and try to tell you that you're not even around that standard at all. I just feel like that is their normal default setting. In my own opinion, you guys, what is your take on this video? Can you share your thoughts about this video down in the comment section? Respectfully, as always, Shukra David, and thank you so much for tuning in today's video. I hope you enjoyed this one. Please like and share and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next one, guys.